Well, yeah, the movie, we're sort of all, like you said, in very tight quarters together. We're living this sort of suburban life, but out in the middle of space, floating around. And the great thing about the movie is it's comedic and it's kind of quirky, but the undertones are that we all have sort of these vulnerabilities and these issues that are plaguing us. They kind of bubble up on the surface as the quarters get tighter and tighter. We have a new captain show up, and she sort of upends kind of the balance that exists there, and it throws all of us into kind of
very much in keeping with the women's lib movement.
Yes. She is a great threat to Patrick Wilson's character and to my character, because she has the hots for my husband. It sort of spins all of us out, and by the end, the truth comes out.
It's sort of like reminiscent of like a John Cheever short story or The Ice Storm or something like that, where there's all kinds of suburban duality going on, where people subscribe to a certain life thinking that it's going to make all their shadows and problems go away, and inevitably they boil to the surface, whether you like it or not. And,
it's a comedic ice storm.
Yeah. I played Ted, who is the mechanic on the space station, and much like a mechanic, he wants to fix everything. And he is just the kind of guy who no good deed goes unpunished. He's trying to do the right thing and do the best by his wife and their child. And it's just not working out well for him.
And I play a very disappointed wife. Who's like sort of checked out in many ways, and it turns out to be a manipulative, not terribly supportive mother or wife.
Well, and in fairness to you, I think that my character promised a lot of things to her that just have not come to fruition as of yet.
Absolutely. Could not have been more fun, in my humble opinion. Yeah. I got to wear lots of fabulous outfits, so I was like, okay, it's the kind of things that you just I've never put on my body before. It's like giant onesie leotard type situations that were, in fairness, too tight, but it was fun to wear.
They look good.
Crazy. There's some close-ups of some butts that don't need to happen, but that's okay. No, it was a lot of fun. They did big Farrah Fawcett hair and big eyelashes. It was fun. It was, for a girl anyway, it was a lot of fun.
I was in the picture,
yes,
but I did get to wear a corduroy jumpsuit. That was
you should rock that tonight.
It's not, yes, it's not my first time to Austin, but it's my first time to South by Southwest.
Yeah, it just really started, so we haven't been able to be out and about that much. I went to the kickoff party last night, however, and yeah, it's great. It's a lot of people here seeing lots of fun movies, so it's my kind of place. I wish we had a little more time to actually see other movies, but it's fun, it's great. We get to all see each other, which we haven't seen each other in a long time, so.
I think growing up in the suburbs, I related so much to people who believe that if we get our own plot of land and a fence and we live in the right neighborhood, everything is going to be perfect. And then, sort of going to the potluck dinners and seeing the other aspect of people's personality kind of come up to the surface, and I related to that part of the script. And even though it is a simpler time and there aren't iPhones and so many distractions, even then it's a movie about people who are really disconnected and having a hard time actually connecting to each other.
And the social hierarchy that exists the way we live now, in the movie, we just sort of point out that no matter where you go, there you are. It's like now we're all on space pods, and everyone's conniving to get to the better space pod, because there's still that bigger, better deal social hierarchy situation that, we feel that we're sort of floundering in no man's land because our spaceship isn't cool enough, and the next one up would be the place where we've arrived, and it's sort of, like I said, just you leave Earth, you're floating around in space, and still you struggle with the same issues that are sort of empty in the end that we struggle with here.
I think the most memorable for me was that scene at the end where everyone's together, because so much of my stuff had either been with you or with Liv on our own or with our child.
Me too.
And so getting to see what everyone was bringing to the table all in one room.
It was like theater, really, because we just would run these long scenes where everyone sort of is there.
Yeah.
And all, as I was saying earlier, all the stuff that's repressed and sort of the characters are individually dealing with is sort of this crescendo moment where everything kind of comes flying out, and it was a lot of fun to shoot.
I have a film called The Normal Heart coming on HBO, and then I have the last season of White Collar. I start filming probably this summer.
And I'm writing and developing a TV project right now for Warner Brothers. So, yes.